this week's episode of Feature Friday presented by Fort Financial, where each week we sit down with Purdue Fort Wayne student athlete to discuss a variety of topics. I'm Alissa Volante, graduate assistant in media services, and I'm here with freshman middle blocker on the men's volleyball team, Bryce Walker. Let's begin. Now, Bryce, why don't you start off with telling the audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a middle blocker, like you said. I am from the Chicagoland area, about an hour out of Chicago and Bartlett. I went to high school at St. Francis High School in Wheaton. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I played 3 sports for most of my life, and in high school, played basketball all the way up till senior year, and then decided on volleyball for college. So, and I'm an interior design major too.
What do you want to do after college?
Ideally, I would like to play professional volleyball if I can. If not, I would like to eventually start my own business, my own design firm once I graduate, maybe go to graduate school too. Not really sure yet. The options are open. So.
All right. And what made you want to become a collegiate athlete?
Just my love for the game. I don't know. I always want to play volleyball, and I couldn't imagine myself going to college and not being an athlete or not playing a sport. I just always want to be on the court and competing all the time. It's just really what I love. So.
All right. Now, playing D1 volleyball is a huge accomplishment in itself. Walk me through that time when Coach Perrott called you and said, "Hey, I want you on this team."
Well, my recruiting process started with JW, who was a former coach here. That started like 2.5 years ago, and I've been in contact with him throughout that whole time, with JW and with Lindsay as well, and of course Rock. I don't know. It was an exciting process, and Purdue was actually one of my last visits, and I really had no idea what I was gonna do until I got here, and I don't know. It sounds cheesy, but I was like, I went to my parents like a couple nights later after I visited, and I was like, I've made my decision, and I was like, it just feels right. So.
Now, I understand your brother played college football at Murray State. What was that like for you? And did you ever get to go to any of his games?
Yeah, he's a senior now. So they're starting up his final season in about a month. I have gone to a bunch of games, and I definitely get some of my competitive drive from him. He's a extremely hard worker. I've never met somebody who's worked as hard as he does, especially for him and for for our family and for everything. So going to his games is really cool. The football recruiting process is much different, as my mom likes to attest, from the volleyball recruiting process. But it's been a good role model for me to look up to him as a collegiate athlete. So.
Now, you earned numerous different awards for volleyball in high school. You were Illinois Prep Volleyball All-State, DuPage County All-Area, and so many others. What was that recognition like?
It was, I don't know. I loved it. I started out as a freshman on the varsity team, and I had a really great setter, Jack McGuire, in front of me, and he would always get those awards when I was a freshman. And so looking up to him, and I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want to do. It's nice, to get the recognition sometimes for your hard work. So I couldn't be there, couldn't have done that without my coaches back home. So, and my teammates and family and everything. So.
Now, you're also heavily involved at St. Francis College Preparatory. You were Student Ambassador Leadership Team President. You were Spartan Life President and in National Honor Society. How is it being part of all of those extracurriculars and on the volleyball team, as well as being a student?
My high school does a really good job of that. They make the schedules and everything, and they make it work. They make the time available for you, so you can do all that stuff. They encourage you to do all of that, and a lot of people do. A lot of people at my old high school are very involved in everything. I think we had 98% of our student population were involved in at least a sport or a club or activity or something. That's just like one of the great things that my school offered, and one of the reasons that I loved it so much is such a small, tight-knit community, and I think that was another reason that brought me to Fort Wayne, is the small, tight-knit community of the school and the town around, and all that stuff. It stems from my old high school.
Now, obviously, adjusting to college is difficult. We've all been there. How is it adjusting during a pandemic, and what has been your biggest struggle so far?
Good question. I don't know. It's hard for everybody, and I think that's part of that helps as coming as a freshman, that it's different, but it's not that different for us. Like, we haven't experienced college yet, so we don't know really what it's like. And so everyone's going through it right now, which makes it easier for us because guys can relate to us right now, not just as seniors. Oh, I was a freshman one time. It's everything's different. Like, everyone's going through something different now. But I mean, next year it'll be like we're freshmen again. Hopefully that we don't have to deal with COVID again. You know, all different like processes and just different everything, because it'll be back to like normal, but we don't know normal yet. So at least as freshmen.
Now, your first collegiate match is coming up shortly, February 5th and 6th against I-69 rival Ball State. What are you most excited about?
I would be most excited for like the fans and like the experience of just going into a huge stadium. I know that Ball State's allowing fans, but of course not as many. But I think just being on the court and in that moment and wearing that uniform compared to being in the stands and watching, all through high school, it's like it's your time now. Like, you're the athlete, you're wearing the jersey, so it's like it's just that's what I'm most excited about.
All right, are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Sure.
All right, your favorite social media platform?
Twitter. It's hilarious. It's always something going on. It's really funny.
What's your favorite food?
Pasta, because it's so many variations, but I don't like red sauce, so fun fact.
What's your favorite holiday?
I've always liked 4th of July, summer, you're out. Last year we were out on a lake, so it's always like a chill, warm, and fireworks are fun. So
What's your favorite superhero?
I've always liked Hulk. Hulk was always my nickname, like growing up. So he's pretty cool.
What's your favorite candy?
Kit Kat. I love Kit Kats.
And what show are you currently watching right now?
I'm not watching any show right now. No. My mom really wants me to watch Schitt's Creek, but I haven't started yet.
That will do for us here on this week's episode of Feature Friday. Thank you to Bryce Walker for joining us, and thank you to Fort Financial for sponsoring this week's episode. Be sure to check out GoMastodons.com and follow Purdue Fort Wayne Athletics on social media. We'll see you next week. Go Dons!